welcome to the latest video from Belfast Worm Farm. I'm by myself today. The boys don't want to come outside, they're really tired. We've just had 2 wonderful days of beautiful sun here in Belfast, and we spent a few days in Castlewellan having a lovely time down there, enjoying the nice weather, getting a lovely tan. We've had a lot of questions lately about Springtails. What are they? Where do they come from? What do they do? And everything else. So today's video is mainly going to be that. So it will just be me waffling on and talking. But what I'll do is I'll put a worm bin underneath you. At least you've got something to look at whilst I'm waffling on. So sit back, get a cup of tea and enjoy this video. In this bin there's little tiny white mites. There's one there. They're called Springtails. Now this isn't a very good example because I've had this bin open and most of them have gone into hiding already. You can just see, I wonder if my camera can pick them up. You can see them moving around there. That's Springtails. So if you see these, don't panic. There's adults and juveniles in there. So what are Springtails? Springtails are tiny white moisture loving creatures that seek dampness outside and inside. They're frequently found clustered together in dense swarms. When disturbed they spring into the air as high as several inches. Outside they are found in wet soil, decaying straw, rotting leaves and other damp organic matter. They feed on mould, fungi and algae. As soil dries out, the insects will search for moisture more moisture conditions, a move that will often bring them inside into your worm bins and homes. Some of our wonderful worms down in that corner there, moving around. Worm cocoons and worms. Some awesome fungus growing on there too. Not quite sure what's going on there, but pretty cool. How to identify springtails? They're no longer considered as a true insect because of their internal chewing mechanisms. Insects have an external chewing parts. Springtails can be as much as 1/16th of an inch long, and before reaching maturity are just a fraction of this size. They come in all shades of brown, grey and as well as black and white. Ours are white, some more down here. I don't know if the cameras can get in close enough. Springtails become more noticeable as they gather in large clusters that resemble balls or swarms of fabric, springing into the air seamlessly all at once when exposed or disturbed. This leaping is done by means of an external body part, which is like a big foot that sits underneath their bum, and then when it's released and the tiny bug pops up into the air a few inches, as I say. Springtails produce very quickly and going from egg to adult stage in as little as 4 to 6 weeks. Mature males have packets of sperm cells which they leave all over the soil where they are, and then they're picked up by the females as they lay the eggs, either in packets or singly, depending on the temperature condition. The eggs will hatch within 5 to 10 days. Nymphs, or the baby, as the baby springtails are known, resemble adults, and during 5 to 6 weeks they spend as nymphs. They go around several stages before becoming adults, molting and becoming larger in each. Outdoors, springtails can survive through an entire season, reproducing a number of times, and indoors they can live as long as a year. Springtails won't actually cause any damage to your worm bin. They're more of an annoyance. And the food stuck to the top of there. Bread in this one, and lots of worms. Yeah, so springtails are mostly an annoyance. They do actually help the decay matter, and they actually help your worms. They break down the food and the worms are able to eat it more rapidly, and they seldom do major damage within your worm bin. There's nearly invisible bugs, do not bite or sting and generally harmless to humans, but it can be unpleasant finding a swarm of them underneath your worm bin lid. It certainly startled me the first time it happened. We check on this one. So how do you stop the numbers of springtails in your worm bin? The main thing is to keep it slightly drier, because springtails are attracted to the moisture. So if you keep it slightly drier, it will keep the numbers down. We had a lot of dry matter. We had shredded cardboard. We found that the paper just didn't absorb moisture like it used to. It all seems to be computer nowadays, and very few newspapers come our way. So that's why we use shredded cardboard, which we can get in abundance. We just put it through a food blender, and if you watch our videos you'll see how we do that. And we found that that does actually cut down on the amount of springtails we get. Also, you should be burying your food under the surface, but for our videos we don't. We do have lids on all of our bins, but we do have ventilation in them. So yes, we hope that helps. Hopefully that's answered your questions on springtails. Yeah, we're doing another video tomorrow with the two boys where we'll open up some of these bins and talk about what's going on in them. We'll see how they're doing and stuff. So until then, thanks very much for watching. See you later. Bye bye.